Hey YouTube, Pete Sanctions here with another WWE Trading Card box break video. This time it's an actual value box of the WWE Smackdown Live 2019 series by Topps. In the past I've done pack breaks or value pack breaks, but this time it's an actual box. This box boasts one guaranteed relic and 10 packs and the official history of the Intercontinental Championship cards. I believe those are exclusive to Walmart. Word to the wise, my fellow trading card collector friends who are searching for these value boxes for the SummerSlam and SmackDown sets. The coupon on the front of the box that you peel off, those are expired. They expired on January 20th, I believe, so looks like we missed out on a little bit of savings, and I had to find out the hard way when I went up to the checkout counter. So without any further ado, I already have a blank pack of them to keep as sort of a memento as I've talked about in the past. So let's get right to pack number one of this value box. With pack number one, we have card number one, which is Sin Cara, the recently departed WWE Smackdown superstar. He requested his release and was granted it, hopefully to find greener pastures on the independent circuit or elsewhere. So card number one is Sin Cara. Card number two is the Smackdown subset series continues with the British Bulldog, future, hopefully, WWE Hall of Famer and WWE legend, multiple-time Intercontinental Champion and European Champion, the British Bulldog. And there's rumors that he's going to go into the Hall of Fame this year. I really do hope that's a possibility because he deserves it. Card number two of pack number one is the British Bulldog, and once again we have Aiden English, who transitioned from in-ring superstar to commentator recently. I believe he's still on 205 Live as a commentator. Feel free to correct me on that in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. That's Aiden English, pack number one. Next we have Daniel Bryan, the leader of the Yes Movement for the SmackDown sub-series. Recently coming off a pretty big victory against Bray Wyatt, or let's see, I'm trying to think. Nope, that was The Fiend versus The Miz, and Bryan interfered. But there's Daniel Bryan from SmackDown. Now we have Lars Sullivan, conspicuous by his recent absence. He hasn't been seen in quite some time. Hopefully this isn't the end of Lars Sullivan in WWE, since he's out with an injury, as well as coming under scrutiny for the homophobic and racist and sexist comments he made before getting signed on some bodybuilding forum, and then recently some pornographic videos surfaced of him engaging in gay sex acts, and people are ridiculing him all for that. But anyway, that's Lars Sullivan. And before I forget, the basic format of these cards is the front featuring the superstar, a picture, and then the set that they're a part of in the bottom hand corner, and on the upper left hand corner is the subset of that, and it says RC in the upper left hand corner of Lars Sullivan, which means rookie card. Next we have Rowdy Ronda Rousey, and this particular card highlights her debut, and on the back there we have the biographical information. Quick comparison, the biographical information on the SmackDown subset is vertical. The biographical information on these is horizontal. That's Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Next we have the 20 years of SmackDown subset. This particular card features Jeff Hardy celebrating his first WWE Championship win. And on the back is biographical information including the date of that particular moment. But that is Jeff Hardy from the 20 years of SmackDown subset. That'll do it for pack number one. Let's move right along to pack number two. For pack number two, we have Rowan, former Wyatt family member, former henchman, and hired gun of Daniel Bryan. Now he has returned to singles action on the Raw brand, carrying around that mysterious cage. What could be in the cage, I wonder? It's definitely not the sewer rats that Bad News Brown brought with him in his feud with Jake the Snake Roberts, and no one really seems to know, even though it like bites people and spits this red liquid that I don't even know that they're going to refer to as blood. Even when Gangrel had his run in the Attitude Era, they never referred to it as blood by name. But that's Rowan, the mysterious caretaker of that creature, whatever it is. One half of Heavy Machine, that's Tucker of Heavy Machinery, along with Otis. Next we have D'Lo Brown, former member of the Nation of Domination, distinguished European champion, and current, I believe he's a producer for WWE or a agent for WWE, or is going to embark in that journey. And I dropped D'Lo, got him up here, but that's D'Lo Brown, one of the forefront of the Attitude Era and the Nation of Domination. I wouldn't mind seeing him back in the ring, actually. You know, even at his age, even at this stage in his career, I believe he could still make it work with anybody in the ring and put on quality performances as he did in the past. Next we have Scott Hall, WWE legend from the Smackdown sub-series, also a WWE Hall of Famer. Next we have Goldberg from the Smackdown series, also a WWE legend, and no Legends logo on the Legends cards, but that is Goldberg. Next, in the Corey Says subset, we have Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, currently one half of the Kabuki Warriors with Kairi Sane, and the biographical information on, let's see, biographical information on the Corey Says is just kind of a editorial piece by Corey Graves, like a quote there, giving his thoughts on Asuka. And finally, for pack number 2, we have the 20 Years of SmackDown subset. This time, we have the moment of Brock Lesnar defeating Kurt Angle in a WWE Championship Iron Man match. And the biographical information, does it list the episode in question? I don't believe it does, but that's 20 Years of SmackDown, Lesnar and Angle in an Iron Man match for the WWE Championship. I don't really remember this one, to be quite honest. I might have to check it out on the network. Moving right along to pack number 3. And once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Like this video, share this video to all your friends and fellow trading card collectors for the wrestling profession, fellow WWE trading card collectors, and also subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. Trading card, pack and box breaks, stand-up comedy videos, wrestling videos, anything I could find. And make sure to comment. Let me know what you want to see more of, less of. What should I do more of? What should I do less of? The vocal covers that I'm going to try to get started again this year. So please let me know how I'm doing. Here we go with pack number 4. Leading off, pack number 4 is Captain Charisma Christian, also listed as a WWE legend. Not quite a Hall of Famer, but he more than deserves it, right alongside his best friend and tag team partner Edge. Next we have WWE Hall of Famer and conductor of the Ho Train, that's Godfather, also listed as a legend and a Hall of Famer. And again, one of those guys that's earned his spot in the Hall of Fame, not just for his work as the Godfather, but Papa Shango, all the other different personas he portrayed through the years. Next we have another Hall of Famer and WWE legend, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the driving force behind the Attitude Era in his feud with Mr. McMahon. Next we have the Boogeyman, listed as WWE legend and also continuing to make appearances on the independent circuit across the country and all over the world. That's the Boogeyman. One of those guys whose character still works and still gets the people coming out to see him after all these years. You know, he has staying power, I guess. One half of the Iconics, That's Peyton Royce. Next, we have another Rowdy Ronda Rousey subset card. This time, it focuses on the Rowdy one defeating Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. And on the biographical information here, it lists the date of the episode as February 4th, 2019. But that's Rowdy Ronda Rousey showing what she can do inside of a professional wrestling ring compared to MMA, and that was well on her way to the infamous encounter at WrestleMania with Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Next we have the 20 Years of SmackDown subset continued. This time it is Randy Orton defeating Christian to win the World Heavyweight Championship. This time the 20 Years of SmackDown, they don't list the episode names or episode dates, but that's the 20 Years of SmackDown, Orton defeating Christian to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And we've reached the halfway point, YouTube. Pack number 5. For pack number 5, leading off, we have Ember Moon. Now, when I went to Shimmer in April of 2014, the DVD tapings for that particular month, I saw Ember Moon when she was working as Athena, and she really impressed me. And who knew that in just a very short time she would end up in WWE as Ember Moon, currently rehabbing a shoulder injury, I believe. She recently made an appearance on WWE Backstage, eager to return to the ring once again, but that's Ember Moon. Continuing on pack number 5, and this might be a rarity, folks, because I'm talking about Chad Gable as the Chad Gable persona, not Shorty G, which has been universally maligned by the WWE Universe, who think, along with me, that Chad Gable is way too talented, way too charismatic, way too popular, and way too athletic to be stuck with a gimmick like that. But that's Chad Gable, now known as Shorty G, unfortunately. Next we have the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, for the regular SmackDown base set. SmackDown is the base set, actually. Next we have Matt Hardy, who rumors have said his contract is coming up with WWE soon, and he was on the way out the door when he took the concerto from Randy Orton. I believe that was this past week on Monday Night Raw. And he was ready to go. The contract was ready to expire. He had one foot out the door, and then they told him it was so well received and got such a good response that they wanted him back to officially finish off the angle. But that's Matt Hardy, who has become one of the stalwarts in WWE, one of the pioneers of that high-flying style during the Attitude Era, and in the various gimmicks he's had staying power in that regard. Next we have the man from the dark side, the demon of the Death Valley. We're talking about the Undertaker for the SmackDown subset. And interesting, the Undertaker and Goldberg so far have had this green kind of outline to them, but that is the Undertaker. Next we have another card in the Corey Says subset, this time Randy Orton. And then the star of Culture Shock and the WWE commentator's thoughts on Orton himself. That's a nice little quote. To finish off pack number 5, we continue the 20 Years of SmackDown with Jeff Hardy defeating Triple H for the Intercontinental Championship. You see him mid-Swanton Bomb. And like I've said in the past, the people who work behind the scenes of WWE, they don't get the recognition they truly deserve, I don't think. Even with the advent of the Warrior Award, there's still a long way to go in getting these people the recognition it deserves. By that I'm speaking of the photographers. They get the most iconic moments at just the right moment, like Jeff Hardy in mid-Swanton here. Great work by the photographers and the production people at WWE in that regard. There's the 20 Years of SmackDown with Jeff Hardy and Triple H. Moving on to pack number 6. We haven't quite hit that relic yet, but I have a feeling we'll hit it pretty soon, and it is guaranteed on the box to at least have one relic. Once again, we have a duplicate for Undertaker for pack number 6. Next we have Latino Heat, WWE Hall of Famer and WWE legend Eddie Guerrero. One of the driving forces behind SmackDown's success in the years it has been around as a TV program. Eddie Guerrero was heavily featured in the main event picture on SmackDown and helped catapult the show, I believe, to about the same status as Raw and the other shows. But that is Eddie Guerrero. Next we have Goldberg, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I unearthed a Goldberg that had the green outline, and this has the blue outline, so it might be another subset. The green or parallel might be a subset, so feel free to correct me on that, but that is another Goldberg. Next we have Paige, former Divas champion, women's champion, former manager of the Kabuki Warriors, and she was forced into retirement due to her neck injuries, which is unfortunate, but she's found a way to contribute in other manners, as far as being on WWE backstage, managing the Kabuki Warriors, and kind of being an ambassador for WWE. But there's Paige. Next we have Kevin Owens, who's really come into his own on SmackDown within the past few years, very heavily featured there, but that's Kevin Owens. Another card in the Corey Says subset, this time as I continue to drop cards because I'm such a klutz, focusing on Daniel Bryan. And these are comments from Corey, and this was in the heat of Daniel Bryan's environmental champion run that he had recently before turning babyface once again. Next, we end this particular pack with Kurt Angle defeating Rey Mysterio in the 20 years of SmackDown. Alright. We've got 3 packs to go. Still no sign of that relic, but let's tear into pack number 7. Appreciate you guys sticking with me on this, and while I have a moment, I will be updating my various videos to specify whether or not they are compliant with COPPA, C-O-P-P-A. I'll be noting the ones that are for kids and not for kids, just so that I get all my ducks in a row in that regard, because I'm a long ways away from monetizing my channel. I don't think I'm going to be monetizing it here in the future, but I want to make sure I follow all the rules, as do you guys, I'm sure. Next is the Ravishing Russian, Lana, involved once again, and seems like forever, in that storyline with Bobby Lashley, but that is Lana. Next we have Jeff Hardy, who is looking to make a return to the ring after he gets his personal and legal troubles in order, which I'm sure he'll do. I just hope that for his sake and everyone else's, that he kind of stays on that path, stays clean, stays out of trouble, because he's immensely talented. He's put his body on the line in more ways than one throughout his various runs in WWE, and he certainly deserves continued success, and hopefully he can get back on the wagon in that regard. Next we have SmackDown commentator Byron Saxton. Corey Graves always likes to give him trouble, as does Tom Phillips, and he gets the same kind of abuse from Corey Graves. Next we have Aleister Black, who, by the way, since his move to Raw, has been putting on absolute bangers with Buddy Murphy and Ricochet, and just incredible, incredible matches. And that's one of the guys who, since he moved to the main roster, has endured what people say is people getting buried or misused on the main roster, and he's kind of rose above that, at least so far. And it is a rookie card, and I was right. There appears to be a different base set for the SmackDown. The SmackDown base set has different variations. This one is green, this one is blue, but that's Aleister Black. 2 cards left in this pack. Next one is for Corey Says, this time focusing on the Celtic Warrior, the recently returning Sheamus, who did an autograph signing as part of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum in Waterloo this past July, and I will be returning to Waterloo this July 2020 for the Hall of Fame festivities again as well. Scheduled to appear in that run will be Mark Henry, Kevin Nash, Trish Stratus will be receiving the Luthez Award for her contributions outside of wrestling. Mark Henry will receive the Frank Gotch Award, And also the Hall of Fame Classic will feature Mr. Anderson, Ken Shamrock, Dominic Guarini, Paco, along with others including Madman Fulton, who just made an appearance for Now This Is Wrestling here in my neck of the woods in Nebraska. But that's what's on tap for Hall of Fame 2020, and I'll be going down to Waterloo in July to have some fun with everybody yet again. Finishing off this pack, we continue the 20 years of SmackDown. This time it is Jeff Hardy defeating The Undertaker in an Extreme Rules match on SmackDown. And who could forget, in terms of Jeff Hardy and Taker, the ladder match on, I believe it was a Raw, where Jeff Hardy earned Undertaker's respect. He got a handshake and his hand raised at the end of the brutal match. Alright, we're down to 3 packs. I might have miscounted here, but alright. We're down to pack number 7. For pack number 7, leading off with WWE Hall of Famer, WWE Legend, and Server of Hard Times, the Big Boss Man from Cobb County, Georgia. Next we have the leader of the Nation of Domination, Farouk, Hall of Famer Ron Simmons, and I'll say it, damn, but that's the leader of the Nation of Domination, Farouk. Next we have WWE Legend and WWE Hall of Famer Rowdy Roddy Piper, and he gave his namesake to Ronda Rousey for her WWE run, and even his trademark leather jacket was given to her by his son. That's Rowdy Roddy Piper, a true legend in every sense of the word. No matter if it was WWE or elsewhere, the fans always respected the Rowdy one. Next we have Bo Dallas, and quick shout out to my buddy Nick on Facebook, who joked when I said I was going to be doing a box break video that'll be mostly filled with Bo Dallas and Tamina cards, but here's the first Bo Dallas card so far in this box. Next we have Charlotte Flair, woo, the Queen, and really making a lot of noise and turning a lot of heads in the women's division as of late, but that's Charlotte Flair. Next in the Corey Says subset we have Carmella, F-A-B-O-L-O-U-S, Carmella for the Corey Graves Corey Says subset. There's Corey's thoughts on Carmella, and they're together now, wouldn't you know it. And we end this pack once again with 20 years of SmackDown. This time we have the Usos defeating American Alpha for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Again, 2 tag teams that will always deliver. It'll always be quality. I always enjoyed American Alpha, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, even when I was in town for WrestleMania 32 Access. They had great matches at Access against Enzo and Cass and people like that, and then won the tag team titles, I believe, at NXT TakeOver Dallas. And the Usos, I recently caught a match between the Usos and the Rowan and Harper. It was an opener for Battleground 2016 or 2018, one of those years, but it was 2 out of 3 falls, and it was the best pay-per-view opener I have ever seen in my nearly 28 years of being a wrestling fan. It was a phenomenal match. The fans were on their feet chanting, "This is awesome," the entire time. So anybody with the network, please check that out. The Usos versus Rowan and Harper from Battleground 2014, I believe, on the WWE Network. Moving on to pack number 8, I believe, yes. Number 8. Leading off pack number 8, we have WWE Hall of Famer and legend Beth Phoenix, who also was inducted into the Tragos Thez Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum this past July. She gave a great speech. It was great to see her. That's Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon. Next we have former WWE superstar and current WWE agent, Finlay. One of the more underrated grapplers during the Monday Night War in the 90s. Any match that he ever had with William Regal, even the one at Uncensored, I believe, is the one people talk about, where he legit broke Regal's nose, is always quality. And then years ago I saw a pretty good match between him and Johnny Saint in World of Sport. Hopefully it's still on YouTube somewhere, so check that out. Next is from the Isle of Samoa, Rikishi, WWE Hall of Famer. I believe Hall of Famer, or he inducted Yokozuna at least, but there's Rikishi. Next we have WWE Hall of Famer, the King, Jerry Lawler. Recently made an appearance at Bridge City Slam for Central Empire Wrestling in Ottumwa, Iowa. Next we have Eddie Guerrero. This is the green variant of the SmackDown subset, but that's Eddie Guerrero. Next we have the Corey Says subset. This might be a full subset actually. Doesn't give you a number, like number 1 of 5 or anything of that nature, but this is Corey Says, this time focusing on Shane O'Mac, Shane McMahon. And the final card of this pack, once again, 20 Years of SmackDown, this time Daniel Bryan defeating Seth Rollins for 20 Years of SmackDown. Okay, we're getting down to the wire here, YouTube. Oh, what do we have here? Ah. Oh, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Let's see. We have some coupons here. 3 out of the 4 are expired, as you can see. And I feel like this is no better time to announce that my next opening or break video will be the internet exclusive Money in the Bank tin. Collector's tin was like a Money in the Bank briefcase of the new 2020 WWE Money in the Bank briefcase set. I'll be busting that open for you guys. It'll be a limited edition. I've wanted it for a long time because I received an email as part of the WWE email list that had manufacturer's coupons for that set. And I couldn't find them at my local Target or Walmart, but I found them on Walmart.com. It's eligible for store pickup, so I'll have that within the next few weeks here, and I will bring that opening to you right here on my YouTube channel, so be on the lookout for that. On the reverse side of these coupons is a couple stickers. A nice little sticker coupon edition here. We are down to 2 packs, ladies and gentlemen, 2 packs, and I have a feeling that they're going to make me wait for the Relic. I have a feeling the Relic will be in pack number 10. But let's bust open pack number 9, and who do we have leading off but Greg Hamilton. Currently my favorite male WWE ring announcer out there right now. He, like, no matter what intro he's doing for what type of match, wherever the match is on the card, wherever they are at any given moment, he is right now the best with his introductions and making people feel like it's like they're $1 million, or making the match feel like it's the most important match in the world. But that's Greg Hamilton, WWE ring announcer, leading off pack number 9. Next we have 1/3 of the New Day, Big E, and in Waterloo this past July, on display in the museum, they had Big E's University of Iowa Amateur Wrestling singlet, and then right next to that they had the New Day singlet that it was based off of. So that's a cool piece of memorabilia there. If you're ever in Waterloo and you're ever at the Wrestling Museum, be sure to check that out. Next we have Andrade, just Andrade, currently serving a wellness policy suspension. But he's had some great matches with Rey Mysterio recently, and he's really come into his own since moving over to the main roster from NXT. But that's Andrade. Next we have The Game, Triple H, the mastermind behind NXT, and he always seems to show up at Mania. He wrestled Batista in a last man standing match, I believe it was. It was Triple H's career was on the line. But it was a last man standing match, and they beat the crap out of each other with steel steps and screwdrivers pulling out earrings, I think is what it was, or he ripped out Triple H's earring or something like that. But that's Triple H, who I'm sure will be continue to make appearances at Mania, starting with WrestleMania this coming year. Next we have a card in the Corey Says subset, this time focusing on the Usos. But that's Corey Says, talking about the Usos. Hey guys, Pete Sanctions here for part 2 of this WWE Smackdown value box break video. I thought I had eliminated the problem of trying to record on my phone and there not being enough space, so I have to record in a few parts. And I thought I'd be able to do it with my actual digital camera in one shot, and wouldn't you know it, it ran out of recording time on the first part. So here's part 2, and I promise for the Money in the Bank tin break video, I will have that ironed out and be able to do it in one shot. But as I was saying, the last couple cards of this pack, I believe, were, yes, 20 years of SmackDown. Cesaro defeating Randy Orton with the giant swing as the picture. And the last card of this particular pack is the green base set variant of Byron Saxton. Alright, the moment of truth, the moment you've all been waiting for. They made me wait. At least I'm guessing they did. But they have made me wait for the 10th and final pack. And I'm just going to thumb through it, and I don't see one. I don't see a relic. So I must have missed it. I must have missed it, or, you know, well, I don't think there's any more. Yeah, I don't think there's any more, but, and the box, when I bought it, was like partially opened kind of here, so looks like we're not getting a relic. Well, wait a minute. It says 10 packs plus 1 relic and 4 exclusive women's evolution cards. So I will look through this after I'm all done. Maybe I missed it. I don't think I did, but, and maybe someone just very carefully opened the box and found the pack with the relic in it, was pack searching, and then swapped it out with another pack. But hopefully that's not the case. I would think people would be more honest than that. But anyway, pack number 10, WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus, who will be appearing in Waterloo this July. Next we have Sunil Singh, one half of the Singh brothers. And would you know it, the next card is his brother Samir. That's the Singh brothers. Next we have Liv Morgan, and this was after her breakup of the Riot Squad when she went out on her own. Didn't really do much in that aspect until resurfacing in the storyline with Lana and Bobby Lashley, but that's Liv Morgan. Next we have Kairi Sane, the other half of the Kabuki Warriors. Next we have the Corey Says subset, this time Undertaker. Tombstoning, I believe that is Kevin Owens. That's the Corey Says subset. And finally, pack number 10, barring a relic that I might find, there's Rusev from 20 years of SmackDown. The particular moment is Rusev becoming #1 contender for the WWE Championship. That'll do it, YouTube, for this SmackDown value box break. It advertised a relic and I did not get one, so I'm not sure what's up with that. I will look through everything here, see if I missed it. If I did, I will comment in the description and just do a quick edit and let you know what I found, if I found anything. So it's kind of a bummer, but still, got some great cards, got some good first-time rookie cards, got some of the various subsets, so it all worked out fine. Once again, stay tuned in the next couple weeks. My next trading card video will be a tin break of the WWE Money in the Bank Topps 2020 Money in the Bank card set in the collectible tin, which is in the shape of the Money in the Bank briefcase. So that'll be in my possession in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week upcoming. Take care, and I'll see you next time.